Here we go again. In 2020, there was Partygate. Now in 2025, we have Voicegate.
Can repeat his assurances that all rules were followed while the country was in Tier 4 lockdown in December 2020, not just by him, but as his team as well, but also his voice coach, Leonie Mellinger.
Mr. Speaker, in December 2020, I was in my office working on the expected Brexit deal. With my team, we had to analyse the deal as one of the most important issues for our country in recent years. That's what I was doing.
What a hypocrite Starmer is. Back in the day, says he was working on the Brexit deal. Now in 2025, he is doing his utmost to destroy Brexit. Plotting with the EU, mingling with his voice coach. It is not working. It is a vanity session. Mike Graham has more.
Do you know what the police said this morning?
No.
We haven't investigated this because nobody's complained, right? So guess what's happened? Because people hate Keir Starmer to such an extent, loads of people have now made a complaint. So the police are now duty-bound to investigate.
Do you remember when Boris was done and there was Starmer went north to Durham and he met with Angela Rayner and there were 35 of them in a building having beer and curry. This guy's a bleeding hypocrite.
He is a hypocrite.
He's
no
a
question.
hypocrite.
And even if he hides behind the fact that it wasn't necessarily a breach of the law, it is absolutely and utterly a breach of trust.
Of course it is.
Because what he said is not what he did. And there is absolutely no justification, I don't care what anybody says, to say that she was a key worker. She was not a key worker.
PMQs in 2020. Keir Starmer is lambasting the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson.
Talking of parties, Prime Minister, he told the House no rules were broken in Downing Street during lockdown. The police have now concluded there was widespread criminality. The Ministerial Code says that ministers who knowingly mislead the House should resign. Why is he still here?
More to the point, why is Keir Starmer still here? He has misled the House and broken the rules of the Ministerial Code and is on a bound to resign.
What we are focusing on is tackling the cost of living, helping people through the spike in fuel prices, the 9.1 billion that the Chancellor has set out.
Look, there are only two possible explanations. Either he's trashing the Ministerial Code, or he's claiming he was repeatedly lied to by his own advisers and that he didn't know what was going on in his own house and his own office. Come off it. He really does think that it's one rule for him and another rule for everyone else. That he can pass off criminality in his office and ask others to follow the law. That he can keep raising taxes and call himself a tax cutter.
They want to raise taxes, we want to cut taxes, and that's what we're doing, Mr. Speaker. And we're tackling illiteracy. They didn't give a damn, Mr. Speaker. We're getting on with making this country the best place to invest.
The absolute hypocrisy of Starmer portraying a holier-than-thou persona, fine. But when you lie, when you deceive, when you say one thing and do the opposite, you are not suitable for high office and should resign. Starmer promised he would not raise taxes. He has. Starmer promised he would not abolish pensioners' winter fuel allowance. He has. Starmer said his voice coach was a key worker. No, she isn't. A doctor is a key worker. A nurse is a key worker. A fireman is a key worker. A voice coach is a vanity accessory. Not necessary, not needed, and more importantly, the taxpayer should not be paying for this service.